it comes to making yogurt at home, I get two questions a lot from practically everybody. Number one, how do I make yogurt at home? And number two, for those who've been making yogurt at home, how can I make my yogurt thick? In this video, we'll start from the basics and I will just show you how you can make your own yogurt at home. If you have kids like me and you guys consume yogurt, I'm sure you're spending a lot of money on your yogurt. When you learn how to make your yogurt at home, you will be saving practically 50% of that money. Leo tutajua how to make yogurt at home. Hi people, this is Irene and this is Hairy Lifestyle. Here we are all about a healthy, wholesome lifestyle. And as I said, we are going to be making yogurt today. Making yogurt is actually a very easy process. The only thing you need is your milk. You can use any milk that you have around you. And the next thing you're going to need is your culture. For making yogurt today, we are going to use natural yogurt that has no sweetener, no additive, because then that has live culture. In some cases, you may be able to buy live culture online and use culture instead, but for this video, we are using yogurt to make yogurt. The process of making yogurt simply involves you taking your milk, boil your milk and bring it up in temperature, let it boil actually. Then you cool it down and let it cool down to about 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 43 to 46 degrees centigrade or Celsius, depending on what measures you're used to using. You can use a thermometer to measure your milk and get that temperature. If not, what we usually do is just take your milk and pour it on your hand. You know the way you pima the temperature of your milk to know if it is good to give to a baby. That's all you're going to have to do. If you feel the milk is warm, not hot and not cold, that temperature is usually good enough. So if you have no thermometer, if you have nothing, that's just simply what you will do. After that, you add your culture, add your sweetener, add your essence, whatever you want to use. You can use vanilla, orange, any essence that you want to use, flavoring. And then you just take your yogurt and hold it at that temperature. The key thing in making yogurt is to hold that yogurt at that temperature for about 6 hours. Some people let it go for 8 hours. Others want it to go for 24 hours. Just hold that temperature for that long and voila. After that many hours, you have your yogurt ready. So what people find tricky is being able to hold their milk at that steady temperature. You can use a flask. If you have a good flask in your house that holds temperature nicely, you know those flasks that say can keep warm for 6 hours, that's the kind of flask you want to use. After you've already mixed everything together, you put your milk in a flask, and then after those hours, you will have your yogurt. You can also use different kinds of yogurt makers. You can buy a yogurt maker online. You can use an instant pot, that's an electric pressure cooker. A lot of electric pressure cookers do have a yogurt making, yogurt making button, so you can use that to make your yogurt. You can also use the method where you just take your sufuria or your container or your glass jar, wrap it up really, really nicely. You can wrap it with a blanket and another blanket and another blanket. You want to wrap it so that it can retain its temperature for the said amount of time. When it comes to wrapping, the wrapping method where you wrap your yogurt like with blankets, I usually recommend for people to do that during the day, because the temperature tends to stay steady during the day. If you do this at night, it's easy for the temperature to drop and for your yogurt not to form properly. Now for this particular video, I'm going to show you how I make my yogurt using the fireless cooker. I don't know if you guys have ever used this thing or seen this basket. Did you grow up with it? Let me know in the comment section. I didn't grow up with this basket, but my mother-in-law has had this basket for probably the last 30 years. This is the first time I ever came across it. She has used hers, to its deathbed. This thing is a fireless cooker. It's from Moto Zero Ventures. A gentleman called Sam is the one who's behind this brand. So this thing, how it works, it's a basket that has been seriously padded. I don't know if you can see that. It is padded all the way at the bottom and on the sides. So when you put something inside it, it will retain temperature. It comes with like 20 menus. You can use it to make githeri, you can use it to make your rice, you can use it for so many things. It can make a very good present for your parents. By the way, I got to buy 3 baskets at a very good rate. Some give me a very good rate, and I'm really grateful for that. I was able to buy one for myself, one for my mother-in-law, and one for my mother. In May, we are going to have Mother's Day. This is a perfect present to buy, if not for yourself, at least for your mom. If maybe you're even up country and you don't have electricity, that kind of thing, this thing comes in very handy. When you cook your food, you put it inside here, it keeps your food warm. You know, our parents and our mothers especially do not like using the microwave. They believe microwave can cause, bad diseases in their body. So for me, I know my mom and my mom-in-law, they love this basket. They use it very, very often. It will make a very great present to give your parents. I will put the details of Moto Zero Ventures down below, and if you need to contact them, just get in touch with them. They are very good. They are very responsive. They delivered my basket to my house without an issue. In fact, on Tuesdays, they usually have free delivery. Take advantage and have it delivered to your house at no cost. It will save you a lot. If you're not convinced, this is where you go and subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be taking you through different things that I've used to and show you how this basket has been helping me. It comes in various sizes. You have a small, and you have a medium, and you have a large, and you have an extra large, and you have an XXL, an extra large. Yeah, so you can buy one that will suit your family. It will really help you in cutting the cost of your gas or something like that, because what you do is you just lightly boil your stuff or lightly cook your meal, and then when it's maybe even not even halfway, when it's just boiled and it has started boiling, you put it inside here, you cover, you ensure that it's fully covered, and it will continue cooking with the residual heat, and there it is. Instead of cooking food for 30 minutes on the gas, you'll cook it for 5 minutes and save 25 minutes of gas. In this channel, we are all about saving money. So this is what we are going to use to incubate our yogurt today. I have taken my saucepan and put my milk to boil. I'm not going to boil this milk because I'm using UHT milk. UHT milk is ultra heat treated, so you really don't need to boil it because it doesn't have any harmful bacteria or pathogens. It has been treated to a point where those things are all dead. That's what I use to make yogurt. Now I'm just going to let this warm to the right temperature. For the sake of my cultures, you can use a natural plain yogurt. Here we have bio plain yogurt. I also do sometimes use this Lucky Greek yogurt. It's also plain. It's just milk and the cultures. These 2 yogurts contain live culture, and therefore they will be able to culture your milk and form yogurt. If you want to sweeten your yogurt, this is also the point where you can add your sugar. Some people prefer to add condensed milk that is sweetened to just add sweetness. Personally, I just make it natural, and we can sweeten later using some honey. Our milk is now ready. I've warmed the milk. I didn't have to boil it because it's UHT milk. Normally, at this point, I would have added my cultures and my sweetener, if you want to add sweetener, and my essence. Cover this container and put it in my fireless cooker. But for the sake of this video, I'm also going to show you how I use glass jars. I love using glass jars to make my yogurt. Why? It makes life very simple. Hatutaki vyombo mingi. We all don't want to be washing dishes the whole day. So when I use glass jars, these things are ready to go. You make your yogurt, and then after you're done, transfer it to the fridge, and that's it. It's actually like making your yogurt in the storage jars. So here is my bio natural yogurt. I'm just going to scoop a spoonful, because these are 3 packets of milk. That is 1.5 liters of milk. You only need about 3 tablespoons of your culture to culture that amount of milk. That's a heaped tablespoon. That should be good enough. That should be more than good. I'm going to just stir it around to make sure that everything incorporates well. Now to this bottles of mine. Make sure your bottles are warm, make sure your bottles are clean. I'm just going to add my essence. On one, I will just add, I would have added here, but I want to make 2 different flavors. So on this big one, I'm just going to add just a drop or 2 of my pineapple essence. You could have added your vanilla, any essence that you want, your strawberry, and it will actually take on the color of strawberry, the pink color for strawberry yogurt. And here I'm adding just a touch of orange essence, just a drop. Yeah, you could. I should have just used the brand that I wanted to use to avoid mess. Oh, I have a bit of culture lying in there. My yogurts are now ready. I have pineapple, I believe, orange, and this one is going to be plain. I'm just going to transfer this. I've wiped them down. They're all clean. You saw that mess I made with my milk. I'm just going to transfer them now to the fireless cooker. Make sure you balance them nicely so that they don't fall in any direction. There you have it. You see, it still has enough space. If you wanted to add something else, you can still add it and it will be perfectly okay. And now I'm just going to make sure that this lid goes in tight, no air spaces. And we are done. That's how you make yogurt here. We'll come and check on it after about 8 hours. You can let it go as much as 24 hours. It just depends on how tart you like your yogurt. The longer it stays, the more tart it becomes, and the more the milk sugars are eaten, so it has much less, of lactose and carbohydrates. It will be that much better if you let it stay for longer. And here we have some yogurt. This is the yogurt that I made last night using the very same method that I showed you. It's now ready. You can just come and see just absolutely how thick this yogurt is. We usually do a spoon test to check how thick our yogurt is. So here is the spoon test. I'm going to insert this spoon into the yogurt, and the yogurt should be thick enough to hold the spoon upright. There you have it. It's so thick. Look at that. Yeah. So this was our pineapple flavored yogurt, and this was, I think, orange. That's how I made it yesterday. What I love about using jars is that this is ready to go. I can now put it in the fridge. It's thick, you can see. Literally how thick that yogurt is. Yeah. So all I have to do is just shake this yogurt before we use it. That's all I need to do before we use it. This one I'm going to transfer it to another jar, and it will be good to go. So yeah, the yogurt has come out very, very well. I'm not disappointed. When I tell you you'll cut your yogurt bill in half, is because a packet of milk goes for what, 50 shillings, 46 shillings to 50 shillings, depending on where you buy it from. So a liter of milk is about 100 bob, depending on which milk you're buying. But a liter of yogurt is about 200 shillings. So making your own yogurt at home will actually help for you to cut your yogurt bill in half. I'm going to now transfer this yogurt into my container. You can see that it's pretty thick. One thing I forgot to add there, for you to get your yogurt to be very thick, when you remove it after incubation, don't stir it, don't do anything to it. This is one thing I've seen people making a mistake. Don't stir it or do anything. Transfer it to the fridge and let it stay in the fridge for about another 3-4 hours, as long as you can let it sit in the fridge. Then it will be a lot thicker. And there we have it, our 2 Yogurt flavors are now ready. I'm ready to refrigerate this and we can enjoy it. We usually sweeten our yogurt or when taking it. People, if you want honey, people will add honey or whichever sweetener they want. I normally just make it plain and natural. And that is it. That is how you make plain yogurt. That is how you make flavored yogurt. And that's how you can make yogurt at home. Your yogurt will not have preservatives. Your yogurt will not have thickeners. It will not have stabilizers. You know exactly what you have used in your yogurt. And you have also saved yourself some money. So I hope you'll try this. I hope you'll also get the fireless cooker and try it and use it for various recipes. They have actually provided 20 recipes that come with it. Different things that you can make, your lentils, your meat. I mean, all the instructions are there. Make sure you get in touch with them. If you have any questions or any comments, don't forget to leave them down below. If you need to contact me, I have provided my contact details. This is Irene. This is Hairy Lifestyle. I hope you'll try making your own yogurt at home. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.